the today's news, that which type of news important for your exam and which type of will question will rise in your exam. Let's have a look. So here is the first of all, let me change my pen color, then we will discuss all each and everything in details. So here you can say guys, you can see guys that first news on your screen, and the news is that the Punjab government has decided to start distributing smartphones for free to students on 12th of August. Okay. So the Punjab government, we are talk about which government? So we are talk about Punjab government, that today the Punjab government has decided to start what? Distributing. To start distributing smartphones for free, absolutely free for the student on the 12th August till the 12th August. Okay. So here are some details about this particular news. So we can see the details, that what is the actual details and which type of point is important for your upcoming exam. So here you can see that the government has decided, we are talk about that Punjab government has decided to start the scheme at 26 different places in the Chandigarh. That means this particular scheme will implemented it only on Chandigarh. Okay. So here you can see that the government has decided to start the scheme at 26 different places in Chandigarh. In where? In Chandigarh and Punjab. Okay. So there are actually that is not and, that is in. Okay. Chandigarh in Punjab. All districts headquarters and some major cities will also be covered under the scheme. Okay. So under this scheme, some headquarters, some districts and some major cities will be covered. Okay. Will be covered in this particular scheme. So let's have a look for the background of this particular news. So the background is, here you can see that the state government had announced to provide a smartphone to all boys and girls, both boys and girls studying in class, you can see here, in class 12th. Okay. All the government schools in the state. Okay. So this scheme will implement only in government school. Please remember this point, that this particular scheme will implemented only in government school, not the private. Okay. And only on 12th class student. Okay. So the reason is that online classes, what is the reason behind this particular scheme? So reason behind this scheme is online classes have become very necessary in the event of this epidemic. Okay. You all know guys that due to epidemic, all schools and colleges are closed till now. Okay. And there is no any decision which is conducted by government, announced by government. There is no specific time which is decided by government to open the schools. Okay. So we have only one option, that is online study. Okay. Online classes. And due to what? So due to epidemic, there are many students who cannot afford to buy smartphones and uses courses. Okay, you can see that there are many students who cannot afford to buy a smartphone and use courses. So the state government will distribute a smartphone to bridge the gap. Okay. So actually, what is the actual gap? That some are students, they have already a smartphone, so they can easily study in online classes. Okay, but some of this, somehow there are some these type of students who belongs from very poor areas, so they cannot afford. Actually, they cannot afford. So due to that, they cannot afford. Due to that, they unable. Due to that, they unable to purchase the phone and unable to took the class. Okay. So due to that situation, the Punjab government will distribute the smartphones for the 12th class students and bridge the gap of by the central government. This is, sorry, state government, this is scheme. Okay. So let's have a look that which type of question will rise in your exam is. The first question which will definitely rise in your exam is that recently which government has decided to start distributing a smartphone for free to students on 12th August. Then your answer will be what? Punjab government. Which state government? Then your answer will be Punjab government. Okay. Second question which will be raised in your exam, that recently the Punjab government has decided to start which scheme for the student of 12th class on 12th August. Okay, then your answer will be to distributing a smartphone. What? To distributing a smartphone. Third question which will rise in your exam is that in how many cities of Punjab this government decided to start this scheme? Then your answer will be 26 different places. Okay, answer what? 26 different places for the bridge the gap of the students who they cannot afford the particular smartphone for their upcoming for their online classes which is conducted due to epidemic. Okay, I hope you will understand each and everything in details. Okay, so here is the next news of today's session. So next news is the Rajasthan government has announced that it is going to be provide free food grains to the beneficiaries under the National Food Security Mission by November 2020. Okay, remember, recently the Rajasthan government has announced that it is going to provide what? Going to provide what? So free food grains to the beneficiaries under the National Food Security Mission. Okay, by November 2020. Okay. So actually the food grains items will provide till the November 2020. Okay. So let's have a look and have seen some key points about this particular news. Okay. So here is the first point related to this news, that under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, please remember this particular scheme's name. Okay, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan scheme, in which scheme 5 kg wheat and 1 kg gram. Okay, please remember that in this scheme the 5 kg wheat and 1 kg gram per family will be made available to the beneficiaries. That if you are the beneficiary of this scheme, then you by government your family to provide the 5 kilogram wheat and 1 kilogram gram to your family. Okay, provided by the Rajasthan government. Okay, the chief minister has asked that official to ensure proper distribution of food grains to all the state during this difficult times. Okay, so chief minister ensure that proper distribution food grains to all the state during this difficulties time. Okay, during this epidemic. So what is the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan scheme? What is this particular scheme? Then the scheme was announced to provide food grains. Okay. So this scheme was announced to provide food grains to poorest section to the society during the lockdown situation imposed by COVID-19. The purpose of this scheme was to meet the needs necessary to deal with the difficulties faced by the poor during the lockout. Okay. In this scheme, 80 crore poor people of the country have been included, and each house to be given 5 kg food grains and the 1 kg of gram free. Recently, the scheme has been extended till November 2020. Okay. So, which type of question will rise in your exam, and which point is important for your exam point of view? So, let's have a look. Okay. So, first question which will definitely rise in your exam is that the which state government has announced that it is to giving the provide free food grains to the beneficiaries under the National Food Security Mission by November 2020. Then your answer will be Rajasthan government. Okay. Second question which will rise in your exam is recently the Rajasthan government has announced that it is going to be provide free food grains to the beneficiaries under the National Food Security Mission in under the which scheme? in under the which government scheme? Then your answer will be what? Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. Please remember this point. And this in this particular scheme, how many kg wheat and gram will provided to the per family? Then your answer will be 5. Okay, then your answer will be what? Where is my pen? Okay, then your answer will be 5 kg wheat and 1 kg gram to the per family. Okay. Third question, which will definitely rise your in your exam, is Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. Okay. So third question, which will definitely rise in your exam, is that what is the what is the G stand for PMJKY? Then your answer will be what? Garib. Okay. So you will have to, guys, you will have to learn the abbreviation of PMJGKY, is that Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. Okay. You will have to remember the abbreviation of this particular scheme. Okay. Then please remember the month of this scheme is extended by till the November 2020. Okay. So I hope you will understand each and everything in details. Okay. Let's have a next news of this session. So next news is the US Department of Defense plans to free a large portion of its military air planes. Okay. So the US Department of Defense plans to free a large portion of its military airplanes. Okay. So what is the details of this particular news? So here you can see that high speed internet services can be provided in the country. So by this large portion of military airplanes, what is the benefit of this particular work which is done by the US Defense? So the work is that high speed internet services can be provided in the country, high speed internet services. Okay, please remember this point. The second one is the move means about this particular, we are talk about this particular move, that the move aims to give a flip to the infra of the 5G network in the country and develop as soon as possible beyond China. Okay. Decision details. What is the decision detail? So the Department of Defense of the opinion that the radio spectrum used for the radar defense system in the country can be shared with commercial telecommunication providers in the country to provide high speed internet services. For what? So provide the high speed internet services. However, this will be done at any cost without compromising to the national security of the country. The next one, which is important about this particular news, is the Federal Communication Commissions will auction 100 MHz of mid-band spectrum starting in the December 2021 for use in mid 2022. It is now used for the shipboard and airborne radar system. Means this 5G system is currently working with only the shipboard. Currently working in only the shipboard and airborne radar system, but the target is to provide the country's 5G high speed data. Okay. So which type of question will rise in your exam? Is the first question which will rise in your exam is which country's government decided to free the large portion of its military airplanes? Then your answer will be US Department or US Government of Defense plans. Okay. What is the target year? So please note down the target of target year of this particular target of this year's particular year. Okay. So December 2021 for the use of mid 2022 means starting from the December 2021 for the use of mid 2022. So there are not much question which will rise in your exam is, so let it be. Okay. Let's have a look for this next news. So next news is that the central government plans to launch a 2-month national outreach program on the new national education policy to bring all the stakeholders, including states and institutions, on board. Okay, so please remember that the central government has plans to launch a 2-month national outreach program. Actually, this is the program which is launched by central government on the new national education policy to bring all stakeholders, including states and institutions, on board. Okay, so in this plan, they can understand the policy and its structural details. The benefit and facilities under this policy will be explained through this outreach program. Okay, so the benefits and facilities under this policy will be explained through this outreach program. Okay, what is the background of this particular program? So here is the background of this particular program is the central government has unveiled the new education policy on July 29th after 34 years. The policy aims, what is the aims of this particular policy? So the policy aims to revolutionize the education sector in the country and seeks to develop values of critical thinking among the children. Okay. NCRT has proposed to develop a professional roadmap for recruitment of the teachers. Okay. Outreach program description. So here is the description of this particular outreach program is state units of the press information bureau are likely to hold virtual symposiums and talk whenever possible in the state capital cities. Okay, so here we will discuss, here we was discussed each and everything in details. So let's have a look at which type of question which will rise in your exam. So first question which will definitely rise in your exam is that the central government plans to 2-month national outreach program under the which policy? Then your answer will be under the national education policy. Okay. Second question which will rise in your exam is okay, actually there are not any question which will rise in your exam, only these type of some question which will rise in your exam is okay. That is more than enough for your upcoming exam. So let's have a look for the next news. So here is the next news and the last news of today's session is that on 4th August, Lebanese Prime Minister Hassan Deep, actually not this is 4th, actually this is not the 4th August. Okay, okay, let's have a look, no issue. So on 4th August, Lebanese Prime Minister Hassan Deep announced his resignation from the country's topmost following the horrific exploitation in the country's capital Beirut. Okay, here you can see that on 4th August, Lebanese Prime Minister. Who is the Lebanese Prime Minister? So his name is Hassan Deep. Hassan Deep announced his resignation from the country's top post following the horrific exploitation in the country's capital Beirut. Okay. So the accident killed about 150 people and injured more than 5,000 people. Guys, here you can see that about 150 people killed, okay, in this particular accident, and the more than 5,000 people were injured. Okay. So what happened in Beirut, Lebanon? Okay, what was happened in Beirut, Lebanon? So here you can see that on 4th August, a warehouse is the capital Lebanon's port exploited 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate were stored. Okay, actually the capital of Lebanon, which is Beirut, in that a port exploded as 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate were stored. Okay, stored by this particular government. The exploitation killed more than 150 people, and suddenly heavy blast on this particular port's place. Okay, in that place, exploitation killed more than 150 people and left 1,000 people homeless. The exploitation also severely damaged a part of its entire city, guys. You can see that which type of damaged in this particular country. So you can see that the exploitation also severely damaged a part of the entire city. The primary health center and hospital were also damaged due to this incident. Means due to this incident, there are also primarily health center and hospital were damaged. Okay. Why this resignation? Actually, why is this resignation? So following this incident, public anger erupted over the government, as it is believed that the government was not taking adequate precautions to ensure the safety of explosive material deposited in the area. These measures sparked intense protest, and as a result, the country's PM has now resigned. Okay, so here you can see that we discussed each and everything in details. Okay, let's have a look that which type of question will rise in your exam. So here are only some questions which will rise in your exam. Is that first question? Uh, which country's prime minister recently announced his resignation due to blast in the explosion in the country's capital Beirut? Then your answer will be Lebanese prime minister. Okay. Second question which will rise in your exam is that recently Lebanese prime minister who is announced his resignation. Okay, due to some reason whatever mentioned in this particular question. So who is the prime minister of Lebanese? Who is the Lebanese prime minister? Then your answer will be Hassan Deep. What Hassandeep? Okay. Here, question will rise in your exam about this particular data: 150 killed and more than 5,000 injured. So you can see here that these are the particular data which will definitely will rise in your exam about this particular data's question. Okay. Third question: that what is the capital of Lebanon? Then your answer will be Beirut. Okay. Okay, and I think that is enough for your exams. Okay, that is enough. So, guys, here where we will discuss each and everything about this particular news, which will rise in your exam, which will definitely rise, which from this news is question in your exam. Okay, and we will discuss all important news about your upcoming exam. So here you can see the screenshot of this particular here you can see the screenshot of this particular quiz. So guys, this is the quiz screenshot. Okay, so please going to go to the Google Play Store and download the Entri app. In that particular app you can give the quiz on daily basis on current affairs and on the other subjects session. Okay, so you can give the easily, guys, you can give the easily uh, quiz. Okay, you can give the easily quiz and analyze yourself that where are you stand right now. Okay, so guys, please download the Entri app. Also you can visit to Bank 2.0 channel on the YouTube. Okay, also you can visit here. If you have any comment, any suggestion, so you can comment your views in your comment box. Okay, and please share, like, and comment on this particular session. So guys, here is the screenshot you can see with which you can analyze, you can give the quiz on daily basis and analyze yourself. Okay, and for that you will have to download the Entri app from the Google Play Store. Okay, here guys, please comment, like, and share this session as much as you can. Okay, so share this session with your friends, colleague, relatives, whoever are whoever are preparing for this particular government exam, this bank exam. So please please share this session with everyone, with your students, colleague, relatives, in your Telegram group, WhatsApp group, wherever you can share this particular session. So please share, like, and comment as much as you can. Thank you very much for today's session. Thank you so much for cooperate with me. Have a nice